this video, I'm going to present to you the 3 top strategic insights that big businesses use that you can steal and implement in your business today. By the way, if we haven't met yet, I'm Lyndsey. I'm a design psychologist turned business builder and former lecturer at Australia's leading school of design. I've helped some really big brands build experiences and strategies that have won them market share. Now I'm building Lemóns to help bring those billion-dollar strategies into businesses like yours. On this channel, you'll hear about the tools, the tactics, and the psychology behind customer relationships so that you can unlock growth in your business without having to pay for the painful mistakes that companies before you have already made. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, if it sounds like your jam, then lean in, have fun, and subscribe. The first strategy that's used by big businesses is probably going to sound quite counterintuitive. It's to retire your products. So big businesses enter into the market with a new product, but typically they enter in with a product lifecycle that they already know exists. What this allows them to do is a couple of things. The first is that they can forecast how long they're going to need to support that product for. And by knowing how long they need to support it, they can account for the resource cost that it's going to have to bring it to market. It also makes sure that they're not going to put a product out there and think that that is going to be the end of the game. By forcing yourself to reinvent your own products, it allows you to forecast the life cycle of that product, but also when you can expect the market to upgrade to the thing you've got next. Let's take Apple as an example of this big business. They implement this strategy with all of their hardware. Every phone that is created, they already know as soon as they release it, that phone is obsolete, and that the customer they're selling it to is going to upgrade to a new phone in 12 to 24 months. The next thing that you need to consider is to understand the customer lifetime value. By understanding that equation, what you're able to do is say that the customer is worth X amount of dollars to try and acquire. This can help you in making a decision to even create the product or service you're going to create, or whether or not you should invest heavily upfront in acquiring customers. If you know that a customer is only going to bring in $200 over their lifespan, there's no point spending $200 trying to acquire them. So it's quite a simple formula, and you can actually find out how long you expect a customer to stay for based on similar products in market. So big businesses like consultancies use this. They invest heavily in the relationship at the very beginning, in the proposal stage. They do this because they can see that if they get that client, that relationship in that capacity, may be worth 2 decades of money. 2 decades where they're paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions of dollars of returns. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, you should probably also check out the Lemóns loyalty score. I've been working tirelessly with the Lemóns team to create something that benefits you and your business, something that's really easy and simple to use. And the outcome of that has been to create a benchmark system so that you can go and compare where your business sits against the best businesses in the world in terms of customer loyalty. But we didn't stop just there. If your business is actually at risk, what I've done with the team is to create a way that we can personalize and tailor some quick fixes for you so that you can implement them in your business, start plugging the leaking holes where you're losing customers, and make sure that you're increasing your retention and your customer loyalty as of today. So it takes 93 seconds to do the score. The link's below. And the third strategy that big businesses use, well, this one's an interesting one, because your angle as a smaller business is going to be different to theirs. But they effectively use constraint. They create artificial scarcity. And this might mean that there's only so many people that can use their product or service at a certain point in time, or they've only got so many products that they actually make. Usually for large businesses, it's not a capacity restraint that they've got. Again, they're artificially doing this. Louis Vuitton, Rolex, they're all really interesting examples of luxury brands that deliberately create scarcity so it feels like the customer only has one chance to get this product. However, a smaller business can also use this strategy because what they're able to do is jump in and say, we genuinely have scarcity. We don't have all of these resources to be able to deliver our service. We don't have all of the money to be able to create tons of product. So this is all we've got. And because that's all we've got, we do need to charge a higher price for it. So the opportunity with this strategy isn't just in increasing your prices. It's actually in increasing your quality of customers as well. So in summary, You should be retiring your products early. And by that, again, I mean understanding the life cycle that is attached to a product. The next thing you should be doing is to understand your customer lifetime value, the total amount of time that they're staying with you divided by how much money they're bringing in. And lastly is to understand the constraints that you actually have and promote them as scarcity to bring in better quality customers and increase your prices. With these things, you'll be able to implement big business strategies that I can guarantee most of your small competitors aren't even thinking about. These are the things that will allow you to increase the amount of money you're charging. They'll allow you to increase the loyalty from the customers that you've got. And they'll also help you understand what is a good product to bring to market and what's not worth it at all. If you like this video, you might also enjoy this one up here, where I break down the one loyalty framework to rule them all. This one's no joke.